so glad you're here. Oh my goodness. Today we get to talk all about reusing. That's a fun word. If you look at the word, it's like reuse. It's the word reuse. Oh man, it's fun. And it is both a noun and a verb. I looked it up. Yeah. So friends, tell us a color and something that is reusable. Okay, for the song. It's a fun song. It's a very short song. I'm going to teach you the song. Ready? It goes like this. Penguino with a hat. That's the whole song. True story. That's the whole song. Here it is again. Ready? Penguino with a hat. Yeah. So, it's a very short song. We go through the verses pretty quickly. So, instead of a hat, tell us, because a hat's reusable, you can use it over and over and over and over, and you can pass it on to a friend, and it can get reused, and if there's a hole in it, you could sew it. Sew up the hole. If it rips, if it gets dirty, put it in the wash. So, instead of a hat, hi, Ellie. Black trash can. Ready? Penguino with the black trash can. I just seriously love this song. It's just, for some reason, I really love it. It's kind of more of a jingle, I guess. Penguino with the black trash can. Yeah, nice. So I wonder, you know what? I bet I could reuse the trash can to make a robot. Or the trash can could be reused to build a fort or a rocket ship. What could you use a trash can for? Maybe you're thinking like, oh my goodness, it's falling apart. We need to replace it. Well, you could reuse it for something else. Maybe it could be a flower pot. That'd be fun. Ooh, a pink chair. Okay, here we go. Penguino with a pink chair. Do you think the penguino's going to sit in the chair? If a chair breaks, what could you reuse it for? I once made a picture frame out of a part of a chair. Ooh, Owen says yellow and scrap metal. Okay. Penguino with yellow scrap metal. Oh, scrap metal. That's one of my favorite things to build art projects out of. I like to repurpose old wood and metal and plastic and create artwork out of it. Okay, a glass jar. Purple. Okay. Penguino with a purple glass jar. Oh, jars. You know what? Spaghetti sauce jars and any kind of jar. You could reuse those as glasses. Yeah. Because it is a glass. Technically, it's like a drinking water glass. I love those mason jar glasses as cans too. Or as jars. What am I saying? It's glasses. Oh man, friends, this is fun. I could do, this part of the show, I could do this all day long. Keep adding, changing. I wonder if we could do one more so we could reuse. What could we use all of these things together? A glass, metal scrap, a broken chair. I don't know if it's broken. You didn't say it was broken. It's a pink chair. I like to build forts in the backyard sometimes using old boxes or old pieces of wood, or sometimes things break and you're like, wait a minute, this could be, oh, hey Joe, colorful paper. Okay, we'll wrap on this one. Ready? Penguino with colorful paper. Man. By the way, when I print stuff in the printer and it prints on one side, the other side is totally still usable. I always cut those up into little pieces and sometimes I draw on them. Man, oh man. Well, friends, thanks for helping us out with today's song, Penguino with a hat. I put dramatic pause in there that time. Okay, friends, let's go check in with Moby and see what he's got to say today.
Hi, friends. This is my favorite water bottle, and this is my favorite bag that I like to take to the grocery store. Yeah, I do my best not to use single-use plastic bottles or bags. And I feel really good when I can reuse these items each day. Yeah, it makes the world a little better. Yeah. What do you reuse each day?
Love learning from him, getting inspired. Friends, during the show, if you want to share anything that you reuse, let us know. Well, friends, it's time for today's 3-sentence story. Beginning, middle, end. That's right. And the words in this story, they come from you. In the first sentence, I set the scene. In the second sentence, there is a problem. But don't worry, friends, because in the third sentence, what do? We solve it. A solution. So let's find out if today's story will be silly, if it'll be an adventure, if it'll be like a fairy tale. It can be classic. It could be all kinds of possibilities. And what I love is I don't know how the story begins, what the problem will be, and what the solution will be, because we are creating this together. I want to come up with, I've been thinking about a song for this part. Okay. Oh, a superhero. Okay. Our story begins with a superhero. Let me think. I was looking out into the sky, thinking to myself, are there any superheroes nearby? Oh, I made it rhyme. Did you hear that? This poem's got, or not a poem, it's a story. Stories don't have to rhyme. But I started off with a little rhyme. I said, sky, superhero flying by. Ooh, Ellie says, roly-poly. Those are fun little critters, little bugs. Roly-polies. Okay, so there's a problem. Roly-poly. Okay. I was looking up to the sky, wondering if a superhero was flying by. A roly-poly said, I need some help. I decided right away. Well, I was going to try to come up with a rhyme. What rhymes with help? Kelp? That's a type of fish. Ooh, maybe the roly-poly is trying to help its pet kelp. Okay, so from the top. I looked up into the sky and I saw I was wondering if there was a superhero flying by, because I looked down in the ground and there was a roly-poly saying, I need help. My favorite pet is in trouble. He's a kelp. Oh man, I think I'll need a lot of revising on this one. But the problem is a roly-poly has a pet kelp and it's in trouble. Ooh, Owen says Beyblade. Those are fun toys. Awesome. Okay, so a Beyblade. Solve the... Okay, got it. I was looking up in the sky, wondering if a superhero was flying by, because I looked down below and a roly-poly said, help! My pet kelp needs help. I did the help and kelp twice, okay. But, how do I solve it, okay? Oh yeah. The superhero said, do not worry. I've got you a Beyblade stadium in a hurry. And filled it up with water. Because those little Beyblade stadiums, they're like little, it's kind of like a fishbowl. And then you spin it and it goes, but that'll work. The Beyblade stadium will work to put the kelp into a fresh place to enjoy. Pretty excited about this story. You know, it's been a while since I've worked on some rhymes in a story. A lot of times in the song or poems, I love to rhyme. But stories, they don't have to rhyme. But it's fun if they do. What are some of your favorite stories? Do they have rhymes or not? That all depends, right? I wonder what we could call this story. The kelp needs help? I think that could be maybe the title. Well, let's go check in with Brody in the Granville Wimage Lab to see what he's got going for today's Wimage. Hey, Brody! Good to see you.
Hi, Wimee. So, this shirt that I'm wearing has been passed down from my 23-year-old brother to my sister to my other brother, now to me.
Oh, it's like a fourth generation t-shirt.
So it's just about 14 years old.
Wow, that is super cool. Man, I love it. I love getting clothes from my family and my friends. And then sometimes you can get a new clothes that then gets passed on to cousins and other kids.
Yeah.
And it's kind of part of growing up, right? Is the clothes and and just in general, right? Reusing stuff and trying to just make, like stuff can last a long time if we keep working at it, right?
Yeah.
So what have you got for today's Wimage?
So I have the Beyblade Stadium with the roly-poly's pet.
Yep.
You're next to the pet.
Yeah.
And the superhero has a cycling symbol.
Oh, I love it.
And he's trying to help the fish.
That's so awesome. Oh, I've got an idea. So what if do you want to move that fish into the stadium and make the stadium bigger? And then we'll be like, woohoo, we helped the kelp. That is a type of fish, right? Kelp? I'm not just imagining it.
I think so.
I think so too. I'm going to do more research maybe, but. Oh, look at that. That kelp looks What do you think? Should we add anything to it?
Sure.
Yeah, let's ask our friends watching if you have an idea. Let's see, we could add more fish. We could add more bugs. We could add, Miles says the superhero eats turkey. Gonna have a sandwich.
Sandwich.
Yeah. Gotta make sure you stay well fed and get the nutrition to be a superhero. In fact, everybody is a superhero when they reuse things and help and save in any little way. Oh, look at that! I love it. Yeah.
Did you know that bottle?
Yeah.
I used it for a flower vase.
That's beautiful.
And also,
oh yeah.
Do you remember Sir Egerton?
Oh, I totally remember Sir Egerton. Hi, Sir Egerton.
Hi.
It's good to see you. How have you been?
Good.
Good. You're looking great.
I've been excellent.
That's good stuff. I love it. Hey, Brody, will you tell our friends at home a little bit more about how you built Sir Egerton?
Sure. So he's made out of a egg carton.
Uh-huh.
His hair is yarn. And then I have 3 googly eyes. Then I just cut out some paper for his little decorations.
Yeah.
His tongue is made out of paper. I used popsicle sticks for his arms.
Oh.
Paper for his legs or hands. And then I cut a hole right there to put my fingers in.
Nice.
I just put my finger right there.
Perfect. I love it. It's so awesome. Well, Sir Egerton, thanks for hanging out with us. Brody, thanks for making today's Wimage. We'll check in with you later. Hey, Sir Egerton, if you have any ideas, let Brody know, okay? For the Wimage.
Okay.
I love it. All right, Brody, we'll check back with you soon. Friends, it's time for Language Explorers. And Brad is going to share with us how to say today's words in Swahili. Hi, Brad. Good to see you.
Hi, Wimee.
Oh, man, this story and superheroes and kelp, that is a type of fish, right?
I think it's a kind of algae or seaweed.
Oh, my goodness.
Kelp?
I haven't done my research yet.
I think so. I think kelp is found along the... I'm not sure about this, but I don't know if you would find kelp in deep oceans, but I think it's more in the shallower areas of the oceans.
Got it. I'll do some more research and we can make some revisions. So how do we say today's words in Swahili?
Nilitaka nikueleze kwanza namna naitumia hii vikaratasi mara ya pili kusudi isipoteze haraka. So I told you that I wanted to show you that I use these flashcards 2 times. I'm reusing them so I don't throw them away quicker than I need to.
Yeah.
So you can see, awesome. Actually, that's not the first word of the day. The first word of the day is here, but I used it a different day there.
Oh, yeah.
So the first word we have is superhero, shujaa mkubwa. Shujaa mkubwa.
I love that sounds of it.
The next one, roly-poly, I put kidudu ya kivuringo. Kidudu ya kivuringo. That means an insect that puts itself in a circle.
Nice.
The next one was the hardest one.
Oh, I bet.
Beyblade. I said mchezo ya Beyblade. So I said the game of Beyblade.
Oh, that makes sense because, that word would not necessarily translate, right? Because it's a specific type of game. But that way, if someone doesn't know the word, you explain by saying the game, Beyblade.
Yeah.
Ah, I love it. So, what are some things that you like to try to reuse, Mr. Brad? I know you reuse those cards.
Nitakwambia kitu kingine tumependa kucheza nayo sana wakati tulikuwa watoto. Tulitengeneza vyuma kusudi zilikuwa gari na tumeweka mti ilikuwa mwendeshi yetu ya ile gari. I'm going to tell you something I just explained in Swahili, but it's going to be hard for you to visualize. Where we lived, they would take wires, like imagine a wire that you would straighten out from a coat hanger or something.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they would build multiple wires into these really cool cars. And then it would have a stick that came up, and then your steering wheel would be wire, and the wheels would be made out of used flip-flops. And it would spin. The wheels would actually rotate because another wire would become the axle.
Okay.
And sometimes they get really creative, and they would even put lights on these cars. It was so cool, Wimee. Na kitu kingine tumia mara ya pili ni ngozi ya ndizi, ya mti ya ndizi ilikuwa mpira zetu. So I said another thing that we reused was we would reuse the bark of banana trees, bundle that all together, and that would become our soccer balls.
Whoa. I just love this, the way it's reused. And remind our viewers at home, where was this that you grew up having these experiences?
So I grew up in Burundi, in the country that was then called Zaire. It's now called the Democratic Republic of Congo. And I also grew up in Kenya. But what I hope I explained for everybody watching is that toys can be made, or balls can be made out of things that are reusable. You don't just need to go to the store and buy expensive stuff to have toys.
Nope. I just love this, Brad. Thank you so much for sharing that and teaching us the words, and we'll see you at the dance party.
Sounds good.
Man, that is so cool. And it's perfect because we're about ready to have Matt McGee join us for this video that he made about making a toy puppet out of repurposed materials. And oh my goodness, wait till you see what he teaches us for today's Explore and Create. Check this out.
Hi Wimee and friends, my name is Matt McGee and I'm a puppet and props maker. I like to make things out of stuff that most people throw away. Today, I'm going to show you how you can make your very own robot out of nothing more than a peanut butter container and other things you might have lying around the house right now. Whew. Shall we get started?
Affirmative.
Let me show you how it's done.
For this project, you'll need an empty, cleaned out plastic peanut butter container or any kind of plastic jar with a good lid. Then I use some craft foam, which you can find at many hobby and craft stores. Construction paper of different colors can come in handy. Then you'll need a paint mixing stick or something hard to use for the handle on your robot. Now I like to collect bottle caps and things to use for all the little parts and pieces of my robot, as well as some plastic utensils. Now if you don't have these, be sure and collect some next time you go to the restaurant. Other things you'll need are some scissors, a permanent marker, some thread. I like to use braided nylon cord, but if all you have is thread, that's okay too. And then a hot glue gun. But be careful, you might need some adult supervision with this because it is dangerous. Now that we have all these things, let's get started. First, we need to color the inside of our jar. Now the quickest way to do this is to take some colored construction paper and cut it down to fit inside. But if you would prefer to paint it, that is completely fine. In fact, after watching this video, if you want to do things differently, that is okay. There's no wrong way to do this. This is just one idea to get your creativity flowing. See, even I had to cut it down to make it fit better. I was still adapting and changing as I was going. That's part of the process. But now, we have an orange peanut butter jar. Haha. Next, we'll take our craft foam and using any color you want, cut a nice long strip to go around the top of the jar. This will cover up the threads or the plastic ridges that the lid screws onto and will become the bottom jaw of our robot's mouth. If it's too tall, you want to trim it down so that that lid will sit nice and evenly on the top. And once you got it, trim the length so it fits perfectly and you are ready for the next step. Blah, 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 blah. This next part is just a design. You can make this bottom jaw have rivets or bolts, but I thought I'd color it in and make it look like that safety tape that goes around machines and other mechanical devices.
Oh boy. Hi, friends. So, it looks like Matt McGee went into fast forward motion. Oh my goodness. So here's what I think. Think what we'll do, friends. For some reason, I think the Wi-Fi. I think squirrels. They're in the Wi-Fi again. Those darn squirrels. There's a great book called Those Darn Squirrels. I like to blame the squirrels, but I don't know if it might be something else. But here's what we'll do. We can post that video later on our Facebook page and YouTube page. Then you can see the whole thing. So let's now pick up where, let's pretend that you just saw the whole video and you're like, whoa. Okay, so here we go. Oh, that was so cool, Matt. Oh, man, I can't believe it. I can't wait to oh, man, he's going to say, oh, PB Bot's going to come in the mail. And I wonder if I could have him join me on set here. I look forward. Once he gets here, I will, I'll try to record the opening of the box. And then he's going to join the crew. All right, friends, it's time for today's Laughing with Sibley.
How do you know the ocean is friendly? Because it waves every day. I told that joke before, but I told it again because it's so funny.
Oh, Sibley. That's funny. Friends, it's time for today's Check Out This Book. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, how are you, Wimee?
Great. Oh, wow.
Good. Do you know, I just saw behind me. Look what's behind me. Recycling.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
I have loved hearing all the things and suggestions that Brad had and Brody had. And I have even a different direction to talk about today. I want you guys to find out about the book, One Little Lot, the 1, 2, 3s of an Urban Garden, written by Diane C. Mullen and illustrated by Oriole Vidal. And this book is published in 2020 by Charles Bridge Press. In this book, they talk about reusing an unused piece of land. The community members in this book all walk by this empty lot every day, walking to school, walking to work, and there's trash in there and things to be recycled. And finally, they get together and they start taking the things out and think about a way that they can reuse that lot that everyone will benefit from. So not only can you reuse things, but you can look at spaces. And I know builders do that a lot. They look at an old building and they think, how can we reuse that space? So check out One Little Lot, the 1, 2, 3s of the Urban Garden. And you can see another way that things are reused in our community.
I love it. I'm definitely going to look at that book, and I'm going to look around the land and the city and wonder, how could this space be reused? And I love it when old buildings get renovated like that, right?
So do I. You know, I live in Grand Haven, and the old piano factory downtown is all kinds of different things. And I love going in there and thinking about it being a piano factory, but I love that they've reused it.
I love it. Thanks, Miss Lisa. So cool. We'll see you at the dance party. Oh man. Hey, friends, let's check in with Michael for today's Minute with Michael. Hey, Michael.
Hey, friends. How are you?
Good. I'm real good.
Awesome. What an awesome episode. And I can't wait to see the entire Matt video. And you'll post it on our Facebook page for us to rewatch it, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah, so I was just writing down a list of things that kids at home can reuse. Containers can be reused at home for school projects. What else do we have? You can reuse wrapping paper during Christmas.
Love doing that.
Love doing that. And of course, one of the most important things and cool things is you can give outgrown clothing to friends, family, or just your local, thrift or Goodwill store.
Right. Those are my favorite stores to go, and because sometimes you don't even know what you're gonna find, and you're like, "What? This is the coolest toy ever!" Or the coolest lamp. That's where I love getting new lamps. They're actually not.
Yeah,
new.
and so what's really awesome is that gift that you got for Christmas several years ago, they come into one of those stores, and that's probably something that they've been dreaming about, and finally they were able to get that. So not only is reusable, recycling and reusing things impacting our country and world, but it's also impacting other people's lives in a very positive way.
I hear ya. I love it. Well, Michael, hey, let's go check in with Brody, and then we got
see what he's doing.
Hunt. Oh man, Brody, any updates to the Wimage?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
So I changed the stadium. I had some clouds, I had some kelp, and also I put a flower in a vase.
Yeah, that's just like you have at your house there that you repurposed that bottle. That's so cool. Wow.
That is so cool.
Well, guys, are you ready to find it fast?
Let me guess. It's going to have to do something with reusable.
Totally does. We've already been talking about some of these things. Here's what I want you to find. Find something that starts with R for reusable, something reusable, and interesting. Can you find something not reusable? Go find it fast, friends. See what you can find. Post it in the comments. Brody and Brad and Lisa and Michael, they're all looking backstage. Let's see, what else starts with R? Ooh, Roly Poly from our story. What else starts with R? Rain. What you got, Michael?
So this is a rolling ball, and you can reuse it once we're done. We can probably share it with other friends or bring it to a thrift store.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Friends, what other things start with R? Find something reusable, and I challenge you to find something not reusable. Oh, Brody! What have you got, Brody?
All right, so I have a remote.
Starts with R.
The flower vase, the flower bottle is reusable.
Yep.
And when you use the toilet paper, it's not reusable.
But. Oh my goodness. You're totally right, Brody. But you can also find cloth, recyclable, reusable. Believe it or not, you can get reusable stuff to wash it. But yeah, don't wash the toilet paper. What you got, Brad?
This radio is reusable.
Yeah.
Also, this screwdriver is reusable.
Yeah, many times.
This penny is reusable.
Goodness, right.
And this tea in my cup is not reusable.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Once I drink it, it's gone.
Yeah. I hear ya. Sometimes I like to use the tea bag twice, but then the flavor gets less and less, and then eventually there's no more flavor left. Yeah. Well, friends, thanks for finding things. What you got, Lisa?
I think this is like Moby. I have a reusable water bottle, and I have a red container that starts with R.
Starts with R, and then the container can be reused to make it to a robot puppet.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I love it. Well, friends, thanks for finding those things fast. Let's see what you got. Owen says a rock. That starts with R. Metal, that's reusable. Yeah, Band-Aids, that should be thrown away after you use that. Oh, let's see. Ellie says a rabbit starts with R. A box is reusable. Coffee, not reusable. Ooh, could you use the coffee grounds, though, in a compost bin? And then it can become dirt. It can become part of the earth in the tea bags, too. Ooh, that brings up a whole nother conversation. Composting. Oh, man, I just love to learn and be inspired. Friends, you guys are awesome. Thanks for helping us out with finding all those things, creating, writing, singing. Friends, go make some toy puppets out of repurposed materials. Find some cool books. Sing, write, create. And right now, it's time for our dance party. Let's bring in our friends. Let's get ready to dance. Ha ha. Ba 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 dee ba 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 da ba 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 dee ba ba. Ha ha. Cue the music. There it goes. Hi, Sir Egerton. Oh yeah. Woohoo. Watch this episode again. You can reuse it and watch it again.
Wimee's Words is brought to you by Kent District Library and Wimage, with additional support by these great partners. Live weekdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.